Hey, what's up everybody? Today's restaurant is Ili'Ili Cash Carry, and if you haven't heard of them, they're a brand new, kinda new pizza and hoagie place located in Mo'ili'ili. So Ili'Ili stands for, it's just a slang of Mo'ili'ili, the neighborhood. And it's located on South Beretania Street, more towards the university side, since it's a long street. And they do pizzas from scratch, and they make their sandwiches and the breads by scratch. They also have a whole array of things to buy. They have different drinks. They even have Mexican Cokes and Jarritos and salads, soups, cheeses, meats, and also pastas. So we're going to try out 2 of their pizza slices. You can get a whole pizza, but I wanted to try different pizzas, and I don't want a full pizza and be stuck with it. If you do hear high-pitched screaming in the background, it's little kids having a birthday party behind my house. And so yeah, you can hear babies scream with pleasure and bright rainbows and unicorns jumping around in the background. So apologies for that. But we'll get to it. The first thing I'm going to try is their slice of pepperoni pizza. It's a pretty huge slice, nice and thin crust. Obviously made in a fire oven. Lots of pepperoni, tons of it. So let's give it a try. Nice texture to the crust. Reminds me of New York pizza, like real East Coast pizza. A little light on the cheese, but it's made in that East Coast style. You can definitely still taste the cheese though. Very delicious pepperoni. You can tell it's not like Hormel kind of pepperoni. Tastes really, really good. Really good seasonings and spice to it. I like how the top is nice and crisp with the pepperoni, where the oven kind of seared the tops and it's nice and crunchy. It does have a lot of grease to it, but that's what I like in a pizza. If you ever went to the East Coast and got like a New York or Boston style pizza, they're all greasy. Just gives it flavor anyway. Really, really like the crust. So apparently the owner and chef that does all these pizzas used to be at the V Lounge. So if you like their pizzas and food over there, this is the guy that does it. So he's doing it again. And if you like the pizza there, you can get it here. I'm going to taste the end of the crust. Some people don't like the crust, but the ones who do, I'm going to take a bite out of it. Nice and crisp, but the inside's nice and chewy. I like the texture of it. If you're looking for that generic Pizza Hut, Papa John's type of chewy pizza crust, this isn't it. This is like the crispy, chewy combination of a wood fire oven. So I got 2 things, 2 pizzas, slices, and a sandwich. So I don't want to eat too much, even though I keep attacking that pepperoni pizza. It's delicious. We'll go to the next pizza. This is a veggie pizza that they have. They pretty much have different pizzas on display for slices. They're also at room temperature, so if you're taking it home on a long drive, you would have to heat it up at home. I just threw it in the microwave for about 15 to 30 seconds, and it's perfect. And they will heat it up for you if you want to eat it right there. They don't do dine-in, but if you're taking it somewhere short, they will heat it up in the oven for you. But I told them that they don't need to because I live kind of far away from there. So definitely nice and warm from the microwave. I know that's gross, but it works. It's not hard or chewy or anything like that if you just give it a couple seconds. Definitely getting a lot of different cheeses that you don't get at a crappy place like Pizza Hut. Definitely good cheese flavor. from the mozzarella and really strong Parmesan. I taste like some mushroom, really strong mushroom flavor. And the tomatoes and onions are nice. Same crust, so it's nice and chewy, nice texture to it. But this one has seems to have more cheese to it than the pepperoni in terms of a blend. There's some kind of blend going on. It's a really strong cheese, not in a bad way, but the pepperoni just tastes like there's mozzarella. This looks, it just tastes like a combination of different cheeses. The fresh basil on there definitely gives it a pop, although I wish they put more on there. There's only like one big basil leaf and the other small bits here and there. But really delicious. Really good for a vegetarian option, or if you're trying to be healthy without meat. Still very tasty. And this one definitely has a lot of flavor to it. Like I said, you can see like the freshly grated Parmesan on there. Little flakes of it on top, whereas the pepperoni does not have that. All right, moving on to the next thing. This is their huge hoagie. And man, it is huge. I don't know where to even start. But I got the roast beef. They got other ones. You can look at their menu on Yelp or on their website, which I'll put in the description box below. But they have a whole array of different sandwiches. But they claim that they bake their own bread as well for these hoagies. And look at this massive thing. Huge. Looks like a nice homemade French roll. And so I ordered the roast beef hoagie, and the person in the front, the lady, said that there was a special of the day that's the same. It's a roast beef hoagie with Wagyu beef and caramelized onions and some sort of special cheese. So it's a little bit different from the regular roast beef because it's got au jus sauce in it. And the cheese is different, she said. Sorry, I don't remember what kind of cheese she said. I'll put it in the description box below as well because it was some kind of fancy Italian French name or something. But definitely some fresh roast beef. It's rare, so if you don't like rare stuff, it's pretty bloody, but I like it. It's cool. That's what roast beef is. See a lot of caramelized onions and a lot of that cheese in there, so we'll take a bite out of it. I will say they're not stingy in any way. There's a lot of filling in here. I don't even know where to start. That is really nice. Need to take another bite to get more meat. Just got bread in that one. Definitely a chewy bread. Pretty much like a French baguette. Sort of like banh mi bread. But the top is not gonna ruin the roof of your mouth. It's not that hard on the outside. Definitely tasting that au jus sauce that's soaked into the bread. It's really nice. The beef is really tender, where you're not wrangling around with it when you take a bite. It just falls apart. The beef is really good. The more I get into it, definitely a delicious roast beef with a lot of garlicky flavors and that gravy. Taste from the au jus. The onions are nice. I like onions. They're caramelized, but not what your usual caramelized onions are. They're pretty much just cooked down, but they still got a little bit of bite to it, which I like. I kind of like it this way better than totally caramelized, where it's just melting. This gives it a little bit more texture. So if you can see the cheese oozing out of this sandwich, it's pretty much sliced thin, but it all kind of jumbled together. It reminds me of mozzarella balls, and it kind of is like mozzarella. It's pretty mild in flavor. It's got a little bit of tartness to it that gives it a zing. That's the only difference, but it's pretty mild in taste, like either mozzarella or like a ricotta or cottage cheese type of flavor. It goes really well with the onions. So another awesome thing is they sell Diamond Head sodas. I got my favorite, strawberry, and they also have the red cream that everybody loves, and grape. If you're not familiar, this is an old school soda from Hawaii, and it's made usually with pure cane sugar, so that's what makes it so good. And we'll do that ASMR opening. Not really good with those kids screaming in the background though. Super good. So much better than Fanta or any other strawberry soda, Strawberry Crush or whatnot. Really, really good. And if you're wondering what cash and carry means, because I thought that was kind of a weird name as well, I looked it up, and on their IG, they posted this old school photo, which I'm going to post up, of the old school Japanese cash and carries. That's what they were called back in the day, where you would go into a store, kind of like how they call the stores in the West mercantiles. They're just an old name for a general store, and these were run by the old school Japanese people way back in the day, and I thought that was kind of cool. And I guess he's trying to bring back that old school flavor back to the Mo'ili'ili community, and that is why it's called the Ili'Ili Cash and Carry. So we'll go over the pros and cons of Ili'Ili Cash and Carry. I love their pizzas. I thought they were delicious. I think they're the closest to what a East Coast New York pizza would be. And I think I would know that since I did live in Boston for a while and have been to New York many times. It is probably the closest. I like also that there's other variations of it. It's the crust and the cheese ratio and the sauce ratio that makes it very close and similar and authentic to an East Coast type pizza, but the toppings that they put and the different choices they have is what makes it stand out. So if you were to order a full pie, they have different ones with sausage, peppers. They have some with, they call it a fungi pizza with different kinds of mushrooms. So definitely check out their menu to see the different pizzas they offer. They also have a white pizza, which sounds delicious as well, but it unfortunately wasn't offered as a slice today. I like the sandwich. It's loaded full to the brim with meats and the other toppings. I like the fact that they bake their own bread and also make their own crust by scratch. That's pretty awesome. And the place is nice and bright and clean, and service was really nice, and the food was prepared very fast in terms of my sandwich, which they make from scratch. Also, I like the options that they heat up your pizza if you're just buying a slice for lunch. They're not just going to give it to you at room temperature. They also have delicious looking salads, which I wanted to buy as well, but I didn't want to go overboard today. The salads look absolutely phenomenal. And the soups and different meats and cheeses you can buy from the store, and the pastas. The negatives would be the price. It's very, very expensive. I think it's kind of like high-end sandwiches and pizzas. Yeah, so we'll go over the price, but that's about it. I liked it, and also parking was very easy because they have a pretty big lot, which they share with Mini Garden, another restaurant next door. So parking is really, really easy. You don't have to find street parking there, and it's free. The price for the sandwich, you're gonna be blown, but it is actually freaking huge. You could definitely cut it in half, and both people for two would be definitely full. Is $17. It is an expensive sandwich, but I will say it's very, very big and full of meat. And also remember, that's not just regular roast beef, it's Wagyu beef, and I can definitely tell it definitely melts in your mouth. It's not hard, chewy, or grizzly at all. Very tender meat. The veggie pizza is $4 a slice, and so is my pepperoni. I think all the slices of pizza are $4. And I should have looked at the receipt. It's burrata cheese, Burrata. That's the cheese they used today. That made it different from their regular roast beef sandwich. So that was a subtotal of $25. Also, the soda is kind of a ripoff, but I really wanted that Diamond Head soda. It's $3 for each soda, no matter what soda you pick. So yeah, that's kind of really expensive for a can of soda. I believe it's the same price if you got the Jarrito or the Mexican Coke, which I think is fair for $3. But a can soda, $3 is a lot, but it's okay. I'm willing to support a small business, so no big deal. So yeah, that's my review of Ili'Ili Cash and Carry. Definitely check it out if you're craving some awesome pizza or some freshly made hoagies. Also, if you're wanting a healthy lunch, they have pretty big salads available, and it's grab and go. So if you're in a rush for lunch, it's super fast to get. And they also have pre-made soups in containers to take home. So definitely check it out. And I'll see you on another food adventure. If you like this food review, press the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want more reviews or features of Hawaii restaurants. And I'll see you again next time. Peace out.